Let's get it. This that go and get it. With no hesitation. This that never quit. Start that elevation. This that process. This that in the making.
What is up, guys? Another episode of Elevated K9 Podcast, and I'm here with my co-host,
Roel Guerra.
And today we got my brother. Man, I've known this dude for a long time. Finally get the chance to meet in person, brother.
Yeah.
My boy Darrick Rose from Dallas, Texas. What's up, brother? How you doing?
What's up, O? Thanks for having me, man.
Hey, man. I appreciate you reaching out, bro, letting us know you're out here.
Yes, sir.
So what's up, man? How's everything? Everything good with you?
No complaints, man. Still breathing.
You out here in LA with one of your clients?
Yeah, man. We came out here. Brought KD, his dogs. We
Nice.
be coming out here a lot. Probably like once every 2 months.
That's cool, man.
Do some refreshers with him.
Cool. Well, let's get started a little bit. I mean, we usually get started with, hear a little bit about your story, how you got started, and then we go on from there.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll touch on how I got started into the sport of PSA.
Got it?
That's what a lot of people know me from. I started off with a guy named Coy Fam in Dallas. Coy is really, really well known in the sport. I started off with a Connie Corso.
Yeah, I remember, bro. That's how I
Nice.
that's how I know you in the Connie Corso world.
Yeah, man. He didn't pan out too well. So I was smart. It didn't take me long to realize the game. And then I purchased my first Malinois. His name was Caution. I don't know if you remember Caution. But Caution, he got a PDC. Then I sold him after that for like $13,500.
Yeah. He was gone. You got that number, you're like, hey, yeah, he's gone.
Hey, he fell just 2 minute loan down in a one, and then I sold him the next day for $13,500. So he paid his dues. But then I started off importing Malinois.
Right.
And I imported Kasino.
Where do you import them from?
Telling you that.
Oh, okay. It's a secret.
What's wrong with him?
Yeah. All right. My bad, bro. My bad. Go.
No, I imported Kasino, his full brother and full sister. I ended up keeping Kasino and selling the other two to some people I know. And then the rest is history with Kasino. He did really well for me.
You got him to a PSA 3, right?
Yep.
And for those that don't know about the sport of PSA, what does that entail?
PSA is a suited sport. It's PSA, which is Protection Sports Association. It's been around for, I think it's going on 22, going on 23 years now. It's only a few dogs that have achieved that level 3. I think it might be 31, 32 now.
Yeah.
I think Kasino was 22 in the world with that title. And it's something to be proud of. It takes
100%.
a lot of work, hard dedication, a lot of time away from your loved ones just to achieve that goal.
Yep. I think one of the things, like, for me, that sometimes when I see like PSA, like the 1s, the 2s, I mean, you see like a pattern, but when it comes to the 3s, it's like they throw some crazy stuff at you that you have no clue what's gonna happen.
Yeah. I'll give you a story about the random stuff.
Let's do it.
So when it comes to training, I don't know about you, I don't like to do anything routine.
Right.
I like to make everything random. So when I get to the highest level, it's easy. It's easier for my dog.
Yep.
Once it becomes routine, my dog can start anticipating things.
Yep.
Right. And I hate that. Well, a story about Kasino. Level 2, he felt that more than he did the level 3. Once he got to the level 3, it was like training. It was fun again, right?
Right.
If we made it to protection, we never failed. Once he got to level 3 protection, he was 2-0.
Got it.
He never failed.
So how many times did he fail that level 2 before he passed?
I think he failed it 3 times.
What were, like, was it a lot of biting early when he wasn't supposed to?
No, he never bit in obedience when it came down to it. It was either he failed the call off, and the reason he failed the call off is the decoy was agitation.
Yeah.
Agitation went passive. Dog anticipated the call off.
Got it.
So that's one thing. If anybody's training for the sport of PSA and you're doing the level 2, do not do so many call offs.
Got it.
Never do too many call offs. If your dog can call off, he can call off.
Now let me ask you this: if he was going, so he did a call off thinking you were going to call him off,
Yes.
basically.
Yes.
So what if you would have given an extra command right there?
I was overconfident.
Got it. You thought he was going to bite for sure.
Yeah. Once I tell him to bite, he's going to bite.
Yeah.
And the dog was like, no, he went passive. You're going to call me back.
Right.
So the way I fixed it is I would send him down, mark it. send him down, mark it with the decoy going passive.
Right.
Then it worked out well for him.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. So, well, right now that we're on the subject of PSA, man, why don't you give us some of the fundamental things that a PSA dog should teach, or how you would start a young dog, like a puppy or something in PSA? What are some of the most important things that you feel a dog should know in PSA?
I would definitely, when it comes to obedience, I would definitely allow the dog to think for himself, like free shaping.
Okay.
All right. The reason why I would say allow the dog to think when it comes down to the directionals in the upper level, if you always having to correct the dog, his brain can start spinning. If you allow that dog to think, for example, if I have a decoy over here on my left and my right, and one in the center, I allow my dog to target on the decoy, scan the field. When he's on the target that I'm requesting, I bridge it. Good.
Yeah.
Bam, bite. That allows your dog to think. Start that off with food,
Yeah.
then bring in the decoys or the toys or whatever the case may be.
Got it.
But that's one tool. And when it comes down to the attention hill, it's very important
Right.
in PSA.
Yeah.
It's very important. Because if your dog is focused on you, no one else matters.
Yeah, I get that question a lot because, like, with Canine Street League, we don't require a focus heel, but but all the people that do well have a focus heel.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's just
It's not required, but it's smart to use it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So you think it's important? It's very important for the dog to be able to problem solve without having to just know something and think it's always going to be that way.
Absolutely. Allow your dog to be a dog.
Got it.
Yep.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, they got to make mistakes too, right? That's how
they're going to
learn.
make mistakes. It doesn't matter. Speaking of mistakes, if you're out there saying that you have a fully trained dog, you're lying.
Yeah, there's
There's
always
not a
something.
such thing.
There's always something that can come up, right?
Absolutely.
Why don't you walk us through like one PSA scenario that maybe you were like, "Yo, this is crazy," or something that you hadn't seen before that somebody thought about that was outside the box. Is there anything that stands out?
I'm trying to think because I've always done random stuff. One thing that's hard is when you send your dog into a guard
Mm-hmm.
on the passive decoy, and another decoy approaches the dog with water. But your dog has to bite the decoy he was in the guard on and not bite the person that threw the water. Somewhat some conflict.
I mean, that's
Some
tough,
conflict,
man. It's
but
tough.
it's a tough thing. So the way I would handle it, if my dog is in a guard and there's another decoy coming up behind, as soon as he throws the water, before it even hits my dog, I'm giving the bite command
Right.
so he can bite this guy.
Right.
Might lose a
Now,
little
but
points.
do they ever change it up where they're like, nah, he has to bite the one that is throwing the water?
Absolutely.
And how do you teach that?
Come to a training seminar.
Yeah.
He was gonna say, "I'm not telling you that."
No, so
He wants to know where the dog is imported from.
Yeah, bro. Hey,
How do you train that? How do you train?
I'll tell you, but I can't tell everybody else.
All right. No. I mean, I there's a lot of questions that I ask, because there's some that I really don't know, and there's some that I'm like,
I know you know some.
and there's
A
some
lot
that
of
I'm like, yo, I think it would be beneficial, but make sure you guys go hit up Darrick for a seminar so he can teach you guys some secrets of the trade.
Probably not going to do it. But I know we might not be, this is not part of the topic. A lot of people, they wonder, why do Darrick teach his dog to guard from the rear?
Right.
There's reasons why I do that. For one, decoys can't eye bang my dog.
Right.
They can't make him bite because they're stirring him down. And then it's easy for my dog to go into a transport.
Right.
It's easy to transition into the transport. So that's why I use the rear transport.
That's
or
cool.
the rear guard.
Yeah, I thought you were doing it just because you like how the Dutch dogs, the
No.
KMPV people do it.
Absolutely not. I love how they do it, but mine looks better.
Oh man,
I'm just glad I love all my people.
no,
that holler.
that's cool. So I mean, let's keep on talking about well, then you got a new dog for PSA.
Yeah.
And how is he? So you have Casino, which was I know you
My
always
pride
put,
and joy.
you always put Casino blood, Casino
Yeah.
blood this,
Yeah.
and then now you got your boy, what's his name again?
Classic.
You got your boy Classic. What's the difference between those two?
Casino, they're both daredevils, but Classic a little more edgy.
Got it.
Yeah. I have to keep an eye on him more than I did Casino.
Got it. What are is that something that is this like one of your first dogs that you're dealing with like this, or like for competition?
No. yeah. For competition, for PSA, yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit more edge.
Do you feel like when they got a little more edge, it's easier for the decoys to get into their head? Like they're gonna, they flip a switch a little bit different than.
Yeah, most definitely. If you're, can I say this?
Yeah.
Shitty handler.
Yeah, okay, got
if you're a shitty handler, it could be a liability.
Right.
But if you know the dog, you know how to read your own dog. You know how.
But I'm talking about like say in the fight with the decoy. Do you feel like Kasino was very clear headed and you couldn't get him into a spot where he was like
uncomfortable?
Uncomfortable. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like do you because I feel like I've worked dogs and the ones that I feel are a little more edgy, like they bite really good sometimes, but then if you do certain things, it could put them into a different space where a dog that's very clear headed, like is not too edgy. You can't really. It's harder to put him in that place.
So are you asking like if you put him in an uncomfortable situation, he's gonna stick the grip and not release?
Not either that or
challenge the dog.
Or like where he feels like he's in a fight. Yeah, like he feels like he's in a more of a fight than the other dog.
Yeah, he's gonna be more into a fight. But if I tell him let go and I tell him recall,
he gonna let go.
He ain't got no choice.
Yeah. That's cool, man. So let's see. So I know you've whelped a couple litters and stuff. Yeah. Out of your dogs, you had a Karma, right? You had Karma. That was your female.
Yeah, she just passed.
Oh man, sorry to hear about that, bro.
That one hurt.
Yeah. How old was she?
She was 8.
8. Ooh. Dang, she was young too.
Yep.
When you select a puppy for PSA, what are some of the things that you look for?
First thing I look for is the nerve. I want to make sure the dog's gonna be able to handle the pressure that PSA put on dogs. Second thing I look for is the prey drive. Then I look at the grip as well.
At what age do you start looking for these characteristics?
5 weeks. If it's one of my dogs.
Yeah.
4.5, 5 weeks. I know what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Cool, man. That's good. This is something that I want to ask just because, I know I have a certain way of thinking about it, but after you got to that 3, right?
Yep.
You said Kasino was 3 years old when you got there?
It was like 3.5.
All right. So, it's kind of like it's like a grind getting them to that 3, right?
Yep.
That feeling after you get to that 3.
Yeah.
What is that feeling and what changes after that?
Okay. My feeling was a little different from a lot of people's feeling. I don't know if you heard the story on how Kasino got his 3, right? So we was at a trial. Judge made an honest mistake.
Mm-hmm.
He was off on mine 5 to 7 points. He failed me that day.
Got it.
Then they went back and they reviewed and recalculated the points. They called me and said, hey, you actually passed.
Wow. Got it.
So I didn't get to celebrate on the field with my dog.
Right.
Yeah.
So when they called me, I broke down crying.
Got it.
I was crying because he got it. And I was crying because I feel like I got cheated. I had my family there. All my friends were there. And I wanted to celebrate that moment.
Right.
With everyone that was actually there to cheer me on.
Yeah, because the atmosphere is different.
Yeah, and I didn't get that opportunity.
Got it.
So I'm looking at the camera when I say this. I made it a point to say when I get his son coming up, I'm going to kick y'all ass. I'm going to kick your ass with his son. And I'm not going to let no one take that from me again.
Got it, man.
So I feel like it's kind of my fault because I should have performed better.
Yeah.
And not giving them the opportunity to make that mistake.
Right.
So I'm not going to pass by 7 points.
And then the training, do you still have the same fire for training that you do before that? Or is it kind of like, oh man, like I kind of hit this high point. Like what's next?
I did lose fire. That's me being honest about it. I start focusing more on people that's training with me.
Right.
To achieve that goal and pretty much put myself on the back burner. And I lost the fire to say, okay, I'm getting up every morning. I'm touching my dog before I touch anyone else's. I lost that fire.
Yeah.
And then I got it back. I had to take a step back, recharge my batteries, get back into the trial mode, and
that's something that I recently I've been thinking about a lot. Like, man, when I get out there, I need to get my dog. I need to work my dogs first, and then I could work everybody else's dogs because you never work your dog.
Yeah. especially when you're busy.
Yeah.
When you're busy, it's like a painter. His house never painted.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
A barber,
So-
he never has a haircut.
We say it all the time. Like the shoemaker's daughter never has new shoes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So
Yeah.
I have a question for both of you because you both have gotten to the high levels of your respective sports.
Okay.
What is it about getting to that level that made you lose the fire? Was it I already got there, or did you feel like now I need to focus on my team since you already got there?
You want to go first?
No, you can go first.
Me losing a little fire was okay. I want everyone else
You want
to,
them to
feel
that.
this. All right. I'm going to always be a part of the sport
Yeah.
at PSA.
Yeah.
That's never going to change. If I have a dog or if I'm not decoying, I'm always going to have my hand in the fire with the sport.
Yeah.
Because this sport pretty much helped put me on a pedestal.
Mhm.
So
it wasn't so much like, man, I made it. It was
No.
more so I want to bring my team.
yeah, I
with
want to
me.
bring my team, and a little bit, to be honest, was
Yeah, a little
like,
bit, you
yeah,
made it, yeah.
I've made it. I've achieved my goal.
Mhm.
So what do I have to prove now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it. But now I'm ready to kick ass again.
Yeah.
Oscar.
Yeah. No, I think for me, I went to a big trial and I failed. And that was a big motivator for me. Before that, it was just training. I really enjoyed training and I
Mhm.
wanted to get to that level. But then after I failed that first time, I was like, and I think I've talked about it before, being there and seeing people, like I would have won if I would have just passed tracking. I would have, because I got really good scores at the stadium. And then being there and seeing somebody else get that trophy, I was
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
oh
man.
man. Like I can't believe I drove this far to be standing here. Why? And I was happy for him.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like I was like, this isn't gonna happen again.
Yeah.
And after that, we won 2 years after that. We won. But after I won the first one, I was like, and honestly, man, you know another big motivator for me was and I think I upset. There's a big in our area. There was a big competitor, right? And one day I came up to him and I was like, hey man, I don't even care if I win. Like I just want to beat you.
They always tell me that.
But but I was saying it out of like respect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And he kind of looked at me like, and so I won the first one, and he didn't get to trial because they played him. They did something on they didn't allow him
Damn.
to trial.
Oh,
So after we finished, he came up to me and he was like, "Well, you better continue training." He said, "Because my dog's gonna be older and he's gonna have more experience." And I said, "Well, I'm gonna be training." So the next year we went back and that was a motivator for me, like
Yeah.
out of respect, because I respect this guy. It wasn't like, oh, I don't like you, I want to beat you. No, it was like, I love it. I love that challenge. Please.
yeah.
In our last episode with Christian, where he mentioned like,
Yeah.
oh, like he wants to like, compete against me.
Mhm.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that and it's a motivator because it's like, yo, it's fun. Competition is fun, man.
friendly
You get out there,
competition,
but
Yeah.
when you don't have that, then I think for me that's a big motivator. And when I don't have it, it's like I'm over it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, as far as helping other people, I mean that's always
For sure.
that's always one of the top ones. Seeing your team do good.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's why I'm excited with all these new puppies that are gonna be coming
Yeah.
in.
I'm pretty excited too.
Does it feel better for you, to watch someone else achieve something that you're trying to get before you get there?
You know what? I haven't had that. I haven't had too much of that experience, but I can. I mean, the only person that I could say, is that I kind of guided and he's doing really well for himself is probably Christian,
Yeah.
and it makes me really happy.
It's a good feeling.
It makes me like really happy to see him just win. I mean, I
Yeah.
could honestly say that in the sport of Shutton, I think he's probably better than me right now.
Mhm.
And to me, I'm like I'm good. Like, bro,
You heard that, Christian?
teach me. So
Right now.
yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying. I mean, I still see a lot of the things that he does,
For
and I feel
sure.
like a lot of it is like things that I was doing.
Yeah.
So it's just like you look at it, and I'm sure you probably see that in your people, like, oh, like that's me right there. All right,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And I really like that. One of my favorite things was when our first trial that we went to PSA. It was only for a PDC. But he went in with his Rottweiler. I went in with Wapo, and it was very identical. Like you could tell.
You can tell who trains together.
Exactly. And that's an amazing feeling.
Yeah.
Like when you both step on the field, you handle the same way, your dogs look identical. Like
Yeah.
it's dope.
It's like a
I'm not
brand-
gonna
it's
lie.
kinda like a brand.
That's a good method.
Yeah, man. You know it's working. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But anyways, yeah.
And I appreciate you guys talking about fed because I'm very new to. I've only got a CSAU with my girl, but from somebody who's new, you see people who have succeeded and have done really well in the sports, and I never even thought about how many times you guys have failed. But it's good. It's good to hear that.
I'll tell you one time I fell. I flew all the way to St. Louis. Got there, dog failed on the last bite.
Oh man!
In the surprise scenario, you know what I did? Cried like a baby on the field holding my dog.
Man, you a crybaby, bro.
Man, hey,
that's the third one. We're gonna have a counter. We're gonna have a counter on it.
It's okay for a man to cry.
Yeah, it's all good,
there's nothing
bro.
wrong with that.
No, you know what?
I cried like a baby. I was just holding my dog like, damn, I failed you. You didn't fail. I failed you. I didn't have you prepared.
I feel that.
Yeah, that's it, man. And I mean, at the end of the day, that's it. Like, you hear these stories about people like, oh, he gave me the fingers. Like, nah, you gave yourself that finger because you didn't train him how you were supposed to. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no. Sometimes that's true. Let me tell you about me.
Okay, tell me one.
I had classic. Oh, man, that dog embarrassed the hell out of me. Went out, did the obedience in level 2. He completely checked out his focus hill, started walking around, doing what. I was like, what in the hell is going on here?
Okay.
72.5 failed.
Okay.
Next day, I came out. I said, that ain't my dog. Went out there, had the highest score in the trial. 91.5 or 90.5 or something.
I guarantee you if there was a camera on you all day the first day, all day the second day, there were some things that you had to change.
Yeah, my outfit.
Like your underwear? Oh, bro. Nah,
he had to put on the chonies that he had to wash.
It was something that changed. It really was.
Okay, what was it?
My pace, man. My pace was off.
Your pace was off.
That's
what I'm saying. Like but sometimes like those are the things that you learn when you try. Like people think that, and this happened to me with in the sport that, bro, I thought my training was like, it was, bro. Mm-hmm. Darrick ain't got nothing on me, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then in the first trial, I don't know, I got like shitty ass score. My first 3 in IGP. Bro, I go back and look at these videos and I'm like, bro, I can't believe you thought you knew something. Like, my handling was way off. I was clumsy. Like, it's just completely different, man. But you learn the more you step on the field. Like, not just that, but like your confidence goes up. The more you train, you're just like, yo, my dog's
tone in your voice,
everything.
Everything. The way you move.
Yep. And that carries over. Like, bro, I remember the last one, was it 2020 or something when I won the regional. Like, the dog was barking in the blind. I walk in there smiling. Like, look at him. I'm like smiling. Like, I'm just like, bro, I'm showing out, dog. Like, to me, it was like, I'm just going to have fun. Like, whatever happens, but I'm going to have a good time. And I was out there having a good time. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I think that, it's required to fail. Without these fails, we just don't, you don't get better.
Yeah, you won't get better. It's impossible. Without stepping on the field, you will never get better. I promise you that.
Yeah, man. Moving to another subject, you talked a little bit about Koi fam.
Yeah,
is you consider him one of your mentors? Or?
Yes, absolutely. Especially when it comes to PSA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was always training dogs. But when it comes to PSA, Koi was definitely my mentor.
Yeah.
He showed me the ropes, showed me the do's and don'ts in the sport. And then I just took all that information, put it in my toolbox, and I utilize them when I need them.
Yep. Are there any other trainers that you kind of followed or as you were learning and stuff? Or
in PSA?
Not just PSA, just in general.
No. Well, this is a gentleman by the name of Dennis Mora. He was a detective in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Got it.
I started off learning stuff from Dennis. And as time go on, you grow. But Koi is pretty much the mentor.
That's cool, and he's doing a great job out there. He has a lot of people.
I gave him one of my puppies.
Oh yeah? I see him. He's got him like at a PSA.
He's a 3 now.
He's a 3 now.
He's number 31.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah,
that's good, man. Yeah. Shit, and it's one of your puppies, bro.
Yeah, one of Classic's 4 brother.
Really?
From a litter before. Yeah,
that's awesome, man. I mean, that also says a lot about your breeding. I mean, I think. I don't know if I've said this, but for me, I think PSA is probably one of the, like in other sports, like at a club trial, you could do good with a dog that doesn't bite very well.
Yeah.
PSA, I think, is the only sport, in my opinion, that a dog, like if your dog can't stick that bite, like he's not gonna pass.
Yeah, he's done.
The PDC has a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And it's just a PDC.
Yeah.
But you know, but to me, I think it's the hardest sport at the lower level in any sport. I think.
Yeah. PSA it's a hard sport. That's why I like it.
Yeah.
I like the challenge. I wanted to, I was a helper for IPO.
IPO, yeah.
IPO. Yeah. They told me don't hit the dog so hard.
They're about to remove the padded stick hits too.
He told me I was driving the dog, right?
Mm-hmm.
My buddy called me. He's like, man, it's a helper certification. He has a big company in Dallas too. And I was like, man, I don't want to do it, man. So I got up. I went out there. Was Randall Holy. It was one of his camps.
Yeah.
One of his decoy helper certifications. So I think it was on the reattack or whatever. What y'all call it over there at IGP?
Yeah,
ABC,
reattack. Yeah.
Call it now.
Yeah, the reattack.
Yeah, the reattack. Caught the dog, man. I was driving the dog. Buy out. He said, not so hard, Rose. I was like, man, it was a padded stick, brother.
Yeah, exactly.
It was funny. It was funny, man. But the thing I love about IGP is the obedience.
Yeah.
I love it.
No, I think I was coming from French ring. I mean, I never competed at a high level in French ring to IGP. You got to. What I always see is that you got to pay a lot of attention to the details.
Yes.
You know, like in PSA or French, like other sports, like say your focus heel is off by 6 inches.
Yes.
That's something that doesn't look good in the IGP. So it makes you be very precise in whatever you're doing. I think that's what I like about that sport. I think it makes a good train. I think it makes a good trainer for that obedience stuff.
And for any other sport.
Yeah.
If you can do IGP
100%. I think it'll help
excel
you.
in obedience in any sport.
I think we fully agree on that. I think that and then going to like French ring, I think that's one of the hardest sports for the decoy, because the decoy, with a good decoy.
Them guys are athletic.
Yeah, man, these dudes move and they will throw your dog around like it ain't nothing.
You be like, please let him bite.
Yeah, exactly. Like I like things from every sport, but I think PSA is probably one of the ones that has the most pressure. I think it creates like, good hard biting, gripping dogs. If they stick that bite, I don't see them running from any other sport.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What I don't like is just that one. Just most of them just target that one area, bro.
Oh yeah. Well, if it's a well trained one, if that target's not there, he's got a secondary target. And if that secondary target ain't there, he should bite anywhere. Just come to Dallas K9 and get a dog. Our dogs bite anywhere. We don't have to train our dogs to bite a target, a certain area. If it's not there,
but they'll get upset though if like if the decoy puts a target here and then the dog just grabs him on the chest, they kind of like that's frowned upon a little bit.
They probably dock you at some point.
Yeah,
because they say it's not safe for the dog, not safe for the decoy, because the decoy is anticipating where the dog is going to bite. So
I mean,
I see what you're saying. K9 Street League, baby.
Hey, that's it. Hey, if you guys are, you don't want the no, I'm not gonna say. I was about to get Suge Knight on you guys. No. Hey, bro, we need you on K9 Street League, bro. Come through,
man. I'm going to come over there and play around, man.
Yeah, get that money.
Hey, it's money. How much money?
Oh, you get paid, dog. I think it's like 22,000. I think
it's 25.
2,500.
Do one in Dallas. I'll do it.
25 for the level 1, 2,000 for the entry level.
Do one in Dallas. What's up?
Let's do it.
Put one in Dallas. I'll get the field.
Hey, you guys heard it.
I'll get the field.
We're gonna make it happen.
I'll get the field.
We're gonna make it happen.
I got 22 acres. I got the field.
Oh,
easy.
man. Hey, bro, stop flexing on us, bro. Damn, bro.
Crazy.
All right, cool, man.
That's all we got right here.
Yeah, bro. This is it, right?
Hey, my brother Oscar doing good stuff. Hey, Oscar, I'm really proud of you, man.
Likewise, bro.
I'm really proud of you.
Hey, we done moved up a little bit.
Hey, man, well, you still got the Corso.
You gotta have a Corso.
Your dog look good.
You got Corsos too, though. You still call yourself a Corso, dude?
I am a Corso dude.
Because that's what you sell to these sport dudes. No. You sell them on Corso, or they get Corsos. They come to you, and then you sell them on Malinois.
I try to do that. That don't work. That don't work too well with the Malinois.
They just require a lot more work, bro. That's the thing. And the Corso is like, if you get a good Corso, they'll bark at the fence.
Hey, some Corsos are really. Hey, I just got one from my tie.
Oh yeah,
really nice Corso puppy. Really? Yeah, one of my clients in Dallas going to have it. He's been training with us for about 6 months.
I mean, Ty and them up there, they got
They got some real.
yeah, they got some good.
They got
I
some
mean,
good Corso.
if you got a Corso and you're looking to do some sport, that's probably your best
where
bet.
I would go.
That's probably your best bet.
That's where I would go.
But yeah, man, I think we started with Corsos and then
yeah, me and my guy right here, man.
we probably started. I don't know. I mean,
yeah, with them Corsos.
but I think I was seeing. I don't know how long have you been dog training?
Since like 05.
05, yeah, you got a lot. But I think just probably because social media started around that time, so we started.
And
seeing
it took
each
me a
other.
while to get on Instagram. Josh
Yeah.
was like, get on Instagram, Josh the Kelly K9. I love you, boy. Hey, he was like, man, get on Instagram, get on IG. Then I finally got on there.
Yeah, we gonna have Jaws on here too.
Yeah.
At some point.
That's my guy.
Cool, man. Well, shoot. What else? What else you got going on right now outside of the PSA stuff?
Nothing, just pet dogs, dog boarding.
Got it. You got some
personal
horses?
protections. Horses. Hey,
Nice.
get some horses, man.
Do you start? Do you train them?
Hell no. Hey, I pay somebody to train.
Got it. So
Train
what's the fun part? That you
The
just get to
money.
ride them? Oh,
The
how?
money and man, you getting money from these horses. KD, Kevin Durant, love you, man. He's getting two.
He's getting 2 horses.
Yeah, he's getting 2.
You breeding them?
I'm going to eventually. Yeah, I'm going to. Earl Spence Jr. is in the horse game with me now. Torian Prince, Dorian Finney-Smith. We all in
That's
the horses
cool.
now.
Yeah, I remember. Hey, I remember you hooked me up with that Errol Spence glove. Remember? I'm a big boxing fan.
He is, for
And I
real.
hit up Darrick. I was like, "Yo, what's up, bro?" And then he sent me a glove signed by Errol Spence, which is
That's
probably
dope.
going to be worth some money later because Errol Spence is
He's about to knock out my boy
Crawford.
Bud. Yeah, he's gonna knock Crawford out.
You think so?
Yeah.
Bud? You think he's gonna put it on Bud?
Man, yeah, I told Bud to his
I've been
face.
waiting for that fight for a while.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
too.
good fight,
Hey,
man.
EJ gonna knock him. He gonna knock him.
I mean, I
out.
think Errol.
Hey, Crawford is a very, very good person. He's a humble person.
but he gonna get what?
I would actually like him. I would really like him if he wasn't fighting Earl. Earl's my guy, man.
Yeah, no. I mean,
That's my
it's,
guy.
yeah. I get what you're saying, bro. Oh man,
EJ's my guy. But get a horse,
bro. Did you see my house? Did you see how small that place is?
Hey, I pulled by his house, and his wife looks over like, "Who is this black kid?" I'm in a Forerunner.
It was 3 of you guys, bro.
and one is real big. He look like Biggie Smalls. Man.
Oh man, bro. No, I told you. I sent you the address. I said, come down here. You hit me up from your house.
2 addresses.
Wait up. First of all, yesterday you said, "Oh yeah, I'll be there." Never showed up. And then today, "Oh yeah, 4 o'clock. Yeah, 4 o'clock works. What time do you come through?"
Hey, so this is what had happened. I can't, no excuses for yesterday, but today, KD had to go to the gym. So the chef was just feeding me, brother. So I was waiting on him to get back. He get back. We did some more training. Then I told them guys, I said, man, look, I gave my word. I'm driving out there. They complained the whole way. I said, hey, I'm driving.
Yeah, I appreciate you,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, man.
So let me. You got any good stories? From your your famous clients that you have.
No, I ain't got no good story. Hey, I tell you this. Next fight, I'm getting owed some tickets. He going with me.
Hey, you guys heard it here. They no going back now. He said it.
Hey, no tickets, a ticket.
He said tickets.
Hey, ticket.
He said. Don't leave me hanging over here, dog. Damn, bro.
Hey, man, it's gonna be a good
all
fight
good.
too.
No, you
man.
know what?
good.
Before a ticket, I'll take I'll take a puppy.
Hey, you hear it right here. I'm gonna do a breeding with Classic
And I'm gonna sell him a
And-
puppy.
and Color, my new import female. And when I breed them two, I'm hooking O up with a male free.
Oh man, you guys heard it here.
But it's got to do
All right.
PSA
Hey.
with it. He has to do PSA with it.
Hey, I'm gonna get
Yep.
PSA 3.
PSA 3, baby.
Oh,
you heard
shit.
it
You
right
heard
here.
it here first. Let's go.
and that's my word.
Okay, you said it, bro. You heard that, bro.
And I'm not shipping it. He got to fly to Dallas.
I'll
to
fly
pick it
over
up.
there, pick it up, bro. No problem.
I got you. I promise.
We could do a podcast there at your spot.
Yeah, bro. No, I mean, bro.
Yeah, I'm trying to get on.
honestly,
I'm trying to get on that
like,
plane too.
one thing that from us, like from what I've seen, like growing, it's one of those things. Like, man, you could just tell when somebody loves what they do, man. And,
Oh, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and and you just see the growth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and nothing.
sure.
We didn't have social media like people like these kids got right now,
Oh,
bro.
man, they can do so much with it.
It's crazy, isn't
Yeah.
it?
I mean, I remember the internet came out in what 1995.
I don't even.
The dial up. How old were you, O?
I don't know, bro. I mean, I heard I'm 36 right now. How old are you,
I'm 43.
bro? The black don't crack.
It's not at all.
You look younger than me, bro.
Yeah, oh, you gotta leave that Palmer Sun alone. That's the cheap alcohol.
Man, bro. No, I see our kids are already,
Yes,
your boys.
I'll be watching your kids.
What's up with your
grow.
boys? I know they're playing ball and stuff.
One is playing college football. The other one, he's going to be playing college football. The last one's definitely going to be playing college. All my kids are like brilliant. My daughter, she ain't got to
cool.
work.
Hey, what was the hardest part from running a dog business and having a growing family like that at the same time? Was there any like struggle there and stuff?
Absolutely, man. It was a lot of struggle. I started off in a 1-bedroom apartment.
Yeah, let's talk
Training
about
dogs.
that a little bit. About
That was-
I want to hear that story, like the story of how you progressed a little bit.
That was a struggle, I started off in an apartment training dogs. My lady, she didn't like it.
Yeah,
We had a bunch of disagreements about it. Her family tried to get me to go get a job and get on the road with her mom's husband, and
like truck driving and stuff, or what?
no, they did some like electrical
Got
IT
it.
stuff or whatever. But I stuck to my guns. I was like, no, I'm not working in corporate America again.
Yep,
I said I'm doing my own thing full time, and I didn't give up.
that's
I
it, man.
didn't give up. I went from charging $800 a month for training dogs.
Yeah.
Wasn't able to train a lot. I had some money saved up,
Yeah,
and then it went from that to $5,000 a month,
that's it. Yeah,
and it stays full.
yeah, that's it, man. That's how, bro. I was just
Stays full.
there was a time not that long ago that there was somebody in the front of my house taking pictures of the house because it was gonna get foreclosed on, bro. And I threw an alley oop to this. And when I was first starting training, I threw this alley oop at this client. I was like, "Hey, I'll give you 6 months worth, 1 year worth of dog training for the price of 6 months if you
Yeah.
pay me all up front." And it was cheap, bro. I think I just found the little proposal that my wife wrote up for me
Yeah.
to send them. And bro, that's what saved my house. But like, those things are like,
Those are little gems, man, that you will value, man.
yeah, man.
And you'll look back on it and just say, thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus,
That's
for
it.
helping me out.
100%.
That's how a diamond is made, man.
Makes you want to help out other people.
Pressure, man.
That's
They put
it,
that
bro.
pressure on you. Some
Yeah,
fold.
that was some pressure, bro.
Some bounce back. Hey, man, I'm not ashamed to say, man, I haven't always had good credit.
Right.
I have some really good credit. now.
Yeah.
But I didn't have that because I wasn't taught that as a kid about credit.
Yeah.
Just pay for this, pay for that. But I've had cars that almost came up repoed
Yep.
because I was struggling trying to get where I'm at now, and I still
100%.
want to get better.
Yeah.
But it was times like battery out on the car. How the hell am I gonna get this battery?
Bro, I know that feeling, bro.
hey, man, my wife now, she didn't know it at the time. I would call a restaurant and say, hey, y'all messed up on my order just to feed the family.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah, and that stuff now. So if I see someone out and I see that they might need something, I don't hesitate. I could be at Sonic Drive-In. I'm going to give 20-25% tip.
Yep.
It doesn't matter. God's blessed me to bless others.
100%.
That's the way I look at it. So I'm going to always take care of people.
I feel the same way, man. I think,
Mm-hmm.
right now, I think that's one of my biggest motivators. I don't think my motivation is really like get to the highest level of whatever. Like
Yeah.
I'm honestly, I'm not there. I really just want to,
You want to be comfortable.
I want to be comfortable. I want to make and I know it shouldn't be like, I don't know if it should be like this, but I want to make my kids proud. I want to make my wife proud.
That
I want to
breaks
make my, the people that help me out.
down. Absolutely.
I want to make sure that they see that, that we're growing. And I want to make sure they're happy.
Yeah.
And that's really, to me right now, one of the biggest motivators. And then I struggle with it because sometimes, man, I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. And I just feel like, you know what I'm saying?
I feel you, oh. I feel it. I feel it, man. Like, you feel like, hey, man, I spent $1. I got to make more to make sure my kids are good.
Yep.
I got to make sure my kids don't ever have to go through what I went through. I want to make my wife proud. I want my wife to say, you know what? My man did this for my family.
Yep.
He sacrificed his body, his time, because it's hard to be there all the time,
100%.
It's hard to be there. But you're there without even being there because the things you're doing away from home,
Right.
you're doing it for the people that's at home.
Yeah, but I realized that later in life, like, cause I was always I had like a little thing with my pops. I was like, man, he never went to my games. He never did this. But now you look back, you're like, well, yeah, he had no choice.
He had no choice.
You know what I'm saying?
He had no choice.
So
yeah, with my kids and their games, I stop everything because I can now.
Yeah, exactly.
If I couldn't, I wouldn't be.
Hey, man, I
but
can't.
I can now. I just stop everything for my kids.
Guys, if I mean, in any whatever you want to do, you know, once you find something that you really love, like, bro, I get to take my kids to school every day.
Absolutely,
man, bro,
it's a blessing, man.
I get to pick them up sometimes, like whenever, whenever
I don't want to pick mine up.
Whenever I'm not busy, bro, and I can pick them up, I'm like, yo, like today, after I picked them up, I was like, man, what a blessing, like
it's a blessing,
bro. You just got to be grateful for that stuff, man. You'll be there, Royal. Watch.
Yeah, y'all gonna make me cry over here.
Hey, you will. Don't be like Darrick, man. But if you find something you're good at, and become great at it.
That's it.
Become great at whatever you're doing, man. Like
that's what I'm trying to do. Right
and
now.
then not pay too much attention to all the outside noise. And it's hard sometimes, man. Like, bro. Sometimes I so and so said this, and I'm just like, what did I do? Like, homie, what did I do to you? I don't even like talk to you. Like, that's you know what I'm saying? But
that's not going
it ain't gonna go away. Mm-mm. It is what it is.
Yeah, and that's why people say, "Hey, Darrick, don't post your house that you're building. Don't post this." I said, "Hey, they're gonna talk about me anyway," and this is something I'm proud of.
Right.
I did this from dogs.
Yeah. I know we're getting away from dogs and stuff, but this is an interesting topic. You know what I'm saying? Do you ever feel like? I always feel like if I post something that I'm bragging, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm always like self-aware of like, nah, I can't post that because then people are gonna say I'm showing off, or I think I'm too cool, or I'm thinking I'm this, I'm thinking I'm that, and I just have this perception that everybody's just gonna talk bad about me. You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna do it regardless,
right?
People
even if I don't do it
regardless.
Like for me, when I see people post stuff like that, I don't think of it as that person's bragging. For me, it's like, man, he did that.
He's proud.
I need to get there. Like for me, it's motivating.
Yeah,
to see somebody successful.
Yeah, like he trained some celebrity dogs. I trained some, and my boy Josh KellyII, he trains celebrity dogs.
Yeah.
If I see one of them guys get a nice client, I'd be like, yeah,
that's the way it should.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. It's not like, oh man,
yeah, bro,
showing off, man.
Look, man, somebody hit me, like, when Josh was gonna move to LA, right?
Yeah,
and somebody hit me up like, yo, like, it don't bother you? I'm like, why should that bother me? Like, Josh's gonna be like, we're cool. Like,
a lot of people here.
We're fine. Like we're not gonna stress about. Like, come on. Like, he's cool. Like, but maybe some years back, it would have probably got to me a little bit more. I would have been like, oh man, like now I got to work harder because bro, that's like small thinking. You know what I'm saying? That's and as trainers, a lot of the time, we're losing a battle against somebody without that person even trying. Like, they're not even trying to beat you. They're just beating you because you can't get them out of your head.
Yeah, stop focusing on them.
And it's just like, yo, focus on your plate, right? Like, you know what I mean? Focus on yours and you're going to do great. But a lot of trainers, I was talking to another trainer this morning and he was like, man, it's very cliquey down there where you guys are at. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, how so? Whatever. He was like, bro, it's like people get mad because this person went to go train with this person. And I'm just like, bro, like, I don't see why, like, for me, at least, that's why I charge, because I go, you're paying me for my time.
Yeah.
If you go train somebody somewhere else, it's for whatever reason you decided to go over there. You're not happy with me. Oh, it is what it is.
You can't please them all.
Yeah. And you can't get mad at the trainer that took that person in as a client, because it's not his fault that somebody's going over there. He's just trying to feed his family as well.
Everyone's trying to eat.
And we have to learn how to just like, yo, brush that off. Like, stay in your race.
Keep going.
And that's it.
Keep going, man. Don't give up, man. Hey, you're going to get there, dog. I promise. Hey, keep this dude right here, man. Keep him in your pocket.
All right, so Royal stepped out for a little bit so we could give the mic to our main guy, Jared. He's getting known. He's getting known in the PSA world also. Jared, tell us a little bit about, your story with dogs and, where you at right now with your boy.
Female.
What
She's
you
a
got
female. She's a female. Yeah.
And she's a PSA what?
She's level 2. I've completed my 2.
Female. How many females have gotten to 3s?
Megan Hamby, dog. Got it.
Not
3.
that many, right?
No, Jonathan Katz, female,
Yep.
Got like 2
got a
females.
3. I think he got 2 females with a 3.
Homer and Cougar. I wanna
Yeah.
say.
Yep.
There's not that many females. A lot of
Dang.
people don't compete with females.
That's dope.
Jerry does. That's the only female he controls.
Got it. Tell us a little bit about your story with your female, man.
Yeah. So it originally started with me just decoying for the club. I haven't had my dog yet at the time, so that's kind of how I got started in PSA. So it was months that went by before I actually got my dog and started that way. But I eventually ended up getting my dog, and we've been developing her. It's been a really good journey. She's currently completed her 2. We're in the 3s now, trying to get our first leg, then hopefully close it out here soon.
Do you have a trial coming up?
Yes, in October, right?
October.
Are you guys hosting it?
No,
Okay.
that's
It's
Panhandle.
yeah, Panhandle.
Panhandle K9.
Got it.
They're out of the Canyon, Texas, I want to say.
Got it.
Area. But it's been a really good journey.
What are some-
learned
what-
a lot.
What have been some of the biggest struggles?
I would say
Dealing with
probably
Rose?
just
Dealing with me.
that for sure. That'd probably be number one. But just seeing older, like, for example, like we had dogs like Casino and other advanced dogs in our club, and
Right.
seeing where those dogs are heading, where yours are, and trying to get to those steps, and then having a good day of training, and then coming back with a bad day,
Right.
and just little things like that that kind of they happen to everybody. It's all part of the sport. But me being new to the sport, new to training, just getting through those phases, the ups and downs.
Right.
But,
Do you see yourself comparing yourself a lot sometimes, like to other stuff, and
Yeah.
Does that mess with-
You
does that mess
do
with
a
your
little
head?
bit, but I kind of stopped doing that, and more
Yeah.
so I'm just competing with myself now.
Right.
It's just me and my dog, because at the end of the day, it's just me and her on the field.
100%.
It's not you are competing against other people, I guess, on the scorecard, but at the end of the day, you don't do on the field.
Right.
So it's more so what you do that'll kind of help your outcome, or predict your outcome.
Got it. What are some of the things that you feel have that your club does that work well, that have produced good results? Is there something that, like, how the club is ran, or like what is, if you were to say, like, I feel that our club does these 3 things, or one thing that that you haven't seen other people do that makes us successful? Because he just went down a roster of people that are competing at a high level,
Mhm.
and I just, that's huge, like in any club. So is there anything that stands out that you?
I can't say that it's really things that I've a bunch of seen necessarily other clubs do. I'm sure that they kind of have some of the same stuff, but I would say it's our decoys. We do a really good job of training decoys, which helps us in the long run, especially if we get them to stick around. It helps us with the older dogs
Right.
and things like that, because just the intensity and just the things that we learn, and we've always developed really good decoys.
Got it.
Which helps the whole club at the end.
Right. Now let me ask you this, Derek. Do you guys have a lot of people in your club dog trainers that own their own dog companies?
No.
So it's just people that are into the sport, they have their regular jobs, or is it,
Yes.
or they work with you?
Yeah, they either work with us, or they just have normal jobs, or they're
Got
business owners.
it. Got it.
But a lot of them don't. I know over at Coy's Club, everyone has a dog
has
training business.
their dog training
Yeah,
business.
everyone has a dog training business now. Pretty much everyone.
I think that could be a factor in maybe you guys staying. Everybody knows everybody. Nobody is competing for anything else
Yeah.
outside of that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that probably has
All
something
kind of
to do.
having the same kind of common goal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to stay away from that, because I don't want people to say, "Oh no, Derek, you're doing this wrong," or no. It's either like, I want you to come to the table with ideas,
Right.
but I don't want you to just disregard what I'm trying to teach you.
100%.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Please come with ideas. Please come to training with a plan. But you come in here for a reason.
Right.
And I would like to say myself and the other people that's been around for a while is the reason why you're here.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not a big fan of when somebody comes in that's new and they talk like they already know everything,
Yeah,
and sometimes they're real young, and I'm just like, it's cool that you're confident and everything, but man, just calm down a little bit, like just
simmer down.
and but anyways, I feel like that could be one of the
Now,
things.
we have trained people
Uh huh.
that went out and started a business the next few months after.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, I got this down because we take pride on teaching the owners on how to continue doing the training when we're not present.
Right.
So we spend so much time with them and developing them to be able to take the reins and continue moving forward.
They damn near become
some
trainers.
of them think, hey, now I'm a trainer.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean, you don't even need to be in a sport. Yeah, you could do a pet client, and they think
that's what I'm
they think
referring to.
they're trainers.
That's what I'm referring to.
That's happened.
We trained quite a few people that started their business
That have gone on and done
or
their
went
thing.
on and worked for another company. And hey, you know what? They work for their company. I still let them come back and do sport work and stuff like that. Hey man, dog training is a huge pie.
Yeah.
I just need a few slices of it, and I'm cool.
100%.
Everyone else get a slice of that pie.
Yeah. Are you doing dog training right now?
Yeah. Yeah, me and Darrick.
That's my
Me and
You guys
Darrick.
are
That's
traveling-
that's my
cool.
guy. That's my guy right there.
Got it. Is it just you two, or you have more?
No, we
people?
have other people.
Got it.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Yeah, but Jared he runs there. That's the man.
That's cool. What were you doing before this, Jerry?
You know, actually, before this, I was in management, and it's kind of one of those things. It just you get bored with that stuff. 9 to 5 every day, getting
Right.
up, doing the same thing over. Nothing's changed. Nothing's different. This was a good getaway for me, and it's kind of one of those things. I really started enjoying what I was doing. I was doing pretty well with the Decoy,
Right.
and Derek gave me an opportunity. He said, "Hey man, would you like to train?" I was like, "Yeah, man, I'll try it out." I really didn't think much of it, but then once I realized the kind of the flexibility was one of the main things.
You
in
want to
Texas,
test your dog?
Yeah.
You want to test your dog? It's people that avoid coming to our trials, and they go all around it to avoid
Hey, bro,
that pressure. Hey, they avoid that pressure.
Man, bring it, bro.
Hey,
Bring it,
Yeah,
bro.
boy.
Yeah.
I got my boy Guapo, bro.
I like that dog
He's nice.
a
bro.
lot,
He comes from the same lines as your stuff.
but you got to bring him to Texas to get that heat.
Hey,
You guys,
I'll tell you what. Look, I'll let him test my dog, then I'll test your dog.
man, please. I test my dog. Man, you crazy. Hey, if you can run my dog, you can have him.
Hey, you guys heard it here
You
first.
can have him. And I'll give you your worth of dog food
Hey,
for free.
it may-
He nook shook.
oh man, no, I'm just playing, bro.
Hey, but on the cool though, he really tests the heck out of dog.
I could tell.
Tackle
He
handling.
looked like a silent killer.
No, man, no, not at all.
He looked like he's kind of calm, cool, collected, and then boom.
And you
put it
know
on
what
your
the
dog.
handlers do after that? They come up with every excuse.
No,
He stepped on a leash. He didn't present. He get another.
let
dog.
me ask you this. What is some like I feel like I know how to. How do what do you feel is what tests a dog? Like, what do you do that tests a dog?
Don't you tell him.
Well, as far as you know,
slick. He's like Dr. Phil.
it's not anything. I
No,
don't think
bro,
I do
I'm just
anything.
look, some people think that IGP is pressure. They go, nah, like if you put, over the dog and you put those, and to some people it's like, bro, that ain't pressure.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, what's the difference between? Is it the presence? Is it the yelling? Is it what is it?
Each dog, I can answer.
Okay,
I think each dog is different. Right?
100%
So if you're silent, that might be a lot of pressure to some dogs.
for sure.
If you're screaming, that might keep a lot of dogs into the bite.
Yeah.
They love that stimulation. So it's different. With me, I just try to have a lot of presence. Try to dominate the dog mentally.
Yeah,
And when it's ways to ruin that dog, right? Or to make the dog fail
okay.
and test the handler. I can't take
Hey,
this.
bro, listen. Hey,
bro.
Hey, wait up. Hold up. He brings his top gunner over here talking about, oh no, he tests dog. Bro,
Hey,
let the man. Hey, no, stop.
We got a few more
Hey,
minutes.
yo, let the man speak, dog.
No.
Let him speak for himself.
All right, go ahead,
Jared.
Jared.
No,
Don't
like
tell
I'm
him
saying,
everything.
Yeah.
I really don't think I I don't think I do anything much more different than what anybody else tries to do.
Right.
Especially in a trial.
Right.
We ain't.
Yeah, you can't fault. You can't change the rules too much.
Yeah, you pretty much kind of do the same. But
You're like a freight train. Basically.
I just kind of going. Yeah, I don't really do. It'd be hard to see me sidestepping just about anything. I'm talking to the last step. So like,
he running through.
I'm going straight. Like we're gonna meet in the middle. It's just kind of, and it's safe. I try to do it in a safe way, but I just kind of.
I feel like there's a lot of sidestepping. Like in, what I'm saying in when I trialed for the one. The first decoy kind of sidestepped a little bit. By the time he came to the station, like where he didn't move, and my dog went through the tunnel to bite, he grabbed him right in the center because he has like French ring technique. The passive. Yeah, so he has French ring technique. So he's thinking they're gonna show me the same picture. So he just snatched them from the front, and it was kind of like I lost a bunch of points because he didn't have a full grip or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like ridiculous stuff, bro. And I'm just like, oh, like it is what it is, right? I mean, what can you do about it? It's the rules. But yeah, like I feel like there's a lot of sidestepping and like they make dogs miss like crazy, bro. A lot of decoys. I'm not saying you guys. I'm just saying like in every sport, I think
Yeah, but without those guys, they're the wheels on the wagon. Without them wheels, the wagon ain't gonna move in every sport.
100%.
So much love to all the decoys, but it's shitty decoys out there.
Yeah,
it's some shitty decoys.
I guess I would get more. I just got
all
more
sports.
I got more worried just because. I mean, and that's why I thought, like, I think, I don't know if I spoke to you about it before, but I was like, yo, somebody was saying, like, French ring decoys this, and I think you were saying, like, man, like, talking about PSA decoys. I'm like, bro, there's no way you could tell me that if you're not a good French ring decoy, that means that you could esquive dogs and move out of the way, do all that, is not going to make you a better PSA decoy, because for me, the agility that you need in that other sport is just different. Doesn't mean you're going to apply the same pressure, and that's a different story. Pressure,
totally different.
Pressure and move and being agile is two different things.
Yeah,
you could be the most agile guy, catch dogs smooth, but you never pressure.
Yeah.
So you got to see who you bring in.
So in PSA, I like the decoys that got really nice footwork. Catch a dog, boop, 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 set him down, drive. And they know I don't like the run drive.
Yeah. The run drive.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. The PSA knows that.
So it's like a run drive, skip drive. What is it?
I prefer more of the skip drive than the run drive because I just feel like I'm taking them on a ride when I'm running with them. I just say, hey, let's go for a ride. And let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I think that sometimes if you don't, like the less speed, you could put more more pressure.
Yes.
Because if you're just going fast, it's like, the dog
we're just going for a ride.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But if you slow it down, you're like putting it on them a little bit slow.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, shit.
I don't care how fast you're running and you hitting them with the stick. Some of those dogs are conditioned to say, hey, I'm staying in here because it's more comfortable in here anyway.
Right.
Yeah. I like more of a slow pressure. But hey, I don't run the sport. I'm just a participant in the sport.
You know what?
I love it.
I like PSA, man. Anybody that they always ask me, like, what do you think? I think it's a hard sport. I think any sport at a high level is hard, but the not knowing is very hard in PSA. That. And but I really wish Guapo was a little bit younger and we had more trials here, because I feel like I'm kind of like you. Like I trained like like stuff that he's probably never gonna see, like retrieve, go jump into this container. They lift them up. I do positions in there while he holds his retrieve, bring them back out, like stuff that
random.
We're never gonna see in anything I'm doing with him. But he's 7, so hopefully we can get him to at least the 2s.
He's getting up there, isn't he?
Yeah, bro. And he has like a breathing issue a little bit, and so he works for like 10 minutes, and he's like,
that's what killed my dog.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's what killed Karma.
No,
Collapse.
You're scaring me, bro.
That's what killed my dog.
You
cried like a baby again. I cried. Michael Jordan emoji faces.
This fool.
Hey, man, that's what killed my dog.
Man, that's crazy. Yeah, bro. So, anyways,
get hot.
So even like right now, we took him out. Was a couple nights ago, and I'm like, man, I don't think he has that much left anymore. Because before it would be like 15 minutes in. Or 20 minutes in or whatever. Now it's like 5 minutes. Yeah. And it's pretty bad. So anyways.
I'll be praying for that dude, man.
I'm thinking I'm gonna. You're making me just want to retire him right now, and that's it, bro.
Hey, if he's doing that,
did you work her or what happened?
Man, she just got too hot, and eventually, man, I would retire.
Yeah,
You took him to the vet.
yeah. They can't.
Yeah, it's a surgery they can do too. You know.
I mean, it's like a special vet. It's not like
special.
it's not any vet that
Yeah,
can do
no, it's a
this.
special. Yeah, man. If it was me,
Yeah,
I love my dog more than I love anything.
man.
else.
I was gonna sign up for a trial, but I think I'm gonna retire him
Screw
after
that
this.
trial, man.
Yeah,
Just retire him. Live his life.
yeah. No, he's already getting up there, and yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
hey, so
Darrick finna cry.
you seen the worst cry ever? Have you seen that one?
No.
When he's like, have you ever seen it?
No.
he's like, you never seen that intervention?
Show me.
Oh, he's seen
What's
it.
that dude's name?
me,
What's the
He's
dude's
seen
name?
it.
Lockridge. Remember Lockridge? He was a boxer.
And it was an I still love you.
That one right there. All right, you do it, bro. Go do it, bro.
How did he do it, Darrick?
I
ain't doing
remember.
it.
No, he's like, somewhere deep down in my heart, I still love you. And then the dad's like,
Be laughing.
"Ah."
You saw that,
Bro,
You
you
seen
seen that, bro?
You had to have seen that.
Yes, funny.
It was an intervention show, bro.
Intervention.
If you guys haven't seen that clip, I mean, I know it's kind of sad. Go look up,
pretty,
just look up the worst cry ever on YouTube.
I'm gonna look it up.
I'm sure you've seen it. But anyway, bro. So so right now do you train you help at Dallas Canine with some of the pet dogs too? Or?
Correct.
Got it. And then what's the future look like for you, bro? What do you think?
You know,
Is
really,
he gonna make you like a CFO?
He the man.
He's the man right now.
He's the man.
well, I wasn't going to tell anybody this, but he's actually signing the whole company over to me here when we get back.
He said it here on this
yeah,
podcast.
you know.
That's
So
the man.
No,
congratulations to me.
No, you know what, man? We need people like it's crazy, but the team that you have is bro. Like, I mean, at least for me, and I know it's probably the same thing for you, but like right now we have I have my guy Mark, and he's handling most of my admin stuff and like that's how, bro. That right, like when you have people that are running this, like
Or cleaning kennels.
nah. Because the way that we run it is like every trainer takes their board and trains.
Okay.
So I don't have you have a spot?
Yeah, I got a guy now. He cleaning. He's a good guy too.
No, but what I'm saying, you have
Yeah,
like kennels and everything
yeah,
where you keep all
yeah.
your. Oh, got it. You have a location.
Yeah.
Got
But
it.
he cleans. He's like Aiden is like he's a really good decoy. He's going for a certification. But when it comes to like making sure everything is clean for the dog, water's clean,
Bro,
he's the man.
Isn't that something you pay attention to?
Man, dude,
like
Aiden's
man,
the
like
man.
me. So I'm not the most cleanest dude. Like I be telling these guys like, yo, I'm not clean, but that's why I got to get somebody to wash my car every week.
There you go.
And I make sure
Make sure it's handled.
Exactly, because I'm not the but when I talk to like when I'm meeting somebody like a trainer or something, I look at their car, I go, oh, they keep that. Like if I see how they keep their equipment, I'm like, oh yeah, this dude got it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you got to pay attention to these things, man.
For sure.
Caleb?
Little details.
Caleb, man. We got a trainer named Caleb. All his tools are everywhere. He knows exactly where everything is at. He's got all the tools to do whatever you need. Then we
Yeah,
got
man.
Another one named Andrew. Andrew, he has a whole PSA field on the back of his truck. He can stop and set up a whole
Yeah, he
trial.
does.
That's cool. You
Anyway.
need people like that.
You do.
Those guys,
Really do.
handy, very handy.
That's
Yeah.
cool, man. Well, hey, man, I appreciate you guys coming out here,
Yeah,
man. I
man.
know you were tired from working all day. Jared looks like he's ready to pass out right now.
Man,
He
thanks for
did more
having us,
eating
man.
than working.
But
Hey,
See how he try to do?
No,
Hey, you
no. Speaking for myself too.
hey, but it's cool that you brought the team because these are just puppies. It's not like you needed a
no, I
decoy
didn't
and
need to
stuff.
do nothing. No, this is my guy, man. He goes everywhere.
Hey,
with
man,
me.
that's dope, man.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Whenever we travel, he's there.
That's cool,
Now
man.
the other guy, this is his last trip.
Jared, you got anything to add, bro? Anything you want to, put out there for our people that are listening? Any advice, anything like that you want to add before?
Well, not necessarily advice. I think, thanks for having us on. We really appreciate you, man. You taking care of us, fed us, watered us,
it's all good,
we
bro.
really appreciate you. But I guess the only thing I got to say is, come to Texas. Y'all want to.
Hey, bro, that's
Y'all want
must have
to
Suge
come
Knight.
to Texas.
Hey, man, my boy O took care of my guy, fed him really good, and gave him a bottle of Henny.
He did.
Hey, nah, for real though, man. Much respect to you guys. Derrick, bro, that I look up to you, man. Everything you got going on, bro.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, man. I see you over there with your ranch. I'm like, man, that's dope. I want to have a ranch one day.
Come ride whenever you want.
But yeah, bro. Why don't you get people to give them your links? Where can they reach you?
You cannot ever reach me. No. You can follow me on IG at Dallas K9. That's just the letter K, the number 9. Instagram, Facebook, Dallas K9 Academy. Other than that, you can email me at drose@DallasK9. Check out the website, DallasK9.com. Number 972-898-6226. Leave me a message. More than likely,
hey, does your message have like a? You said you want some more.
You got music on it.
Hey, what's up? You reached Derrick. Hey, what's up? You reached Darrick Rose.
You say you want some money?
Yeah, bro. You remember those messages? Oh, bro.
Time
Jared,
it up right.
where can they find you, bro?
Man, I'm actually on IG as well. Dallas K9 _Fulton, and also Facebook Jared Fulton, JERRIDFULTON. You guys got any questions? Like I said, give me a holler.
Call him.
And like I said, yeah, come to our trial, Dallas K9, whenever we have it every year. You know, you guys want to test your dogs, we'll do our best to do so.
Oh man, this is fun.
Hey, bro, make sure you guys check out my guy Roel Guerra. What is it, Roel? Roel_G. You can follow me on IG at Oscar Mora Dogs and obviously at Elevated Canine Academy. Guys, please make sure you like, share, comment, whatever. Leave us a review. See you guys on the next one.
Best podcast by far.
Peace out.
Let's get it. This that go and get it. With no hesitation. This that never quit.